Hello and welcome everyone. It is Donna Gray here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland. And I know it's been a while since I've been on, and I do apologize, but lots and lots of things behind the scenes going on. So I do apologize, but I'm here today, this afternoon. I've got my act together and I'm here to show you a fun creative idea which I came across. I was cleaning up my craft room and I had YouTube going on and I seen another craft to do something like this and I thought, what a fantastic idea. So when you get the notification, I know I'm early. I've jumped on. I was supposed to go on at 5:30, and you know what? I was sitting here and I was waiting and I'm like, I just want to get on and I want to get started. So I thought, I'm just going to jump on 10 minutes early. So I apologize if you've organized your afternoon and you've still got a few jobs to do. I apologize, but a lot of the time I'm doing letting people know everything that's happening anyway. So sorry, and I've just got to I am on a live video. Just had to tell my daughter she's messaging me as usual. Doesn't message me all day. As soon as I go live, I get a message. But anyway, so I am here this afternoon and I want to tell you a few updates because there's lots and lots of things that are going on with Stamping Up. So I wanted to jump on and clear a few things up. Hey, Helen, lovely to be chatting with you this afternoon in a message. So I can see I've got Julie, Matthew, Daryl, welcome, Janelle, Margaret, lovely to see you. So I'm super glad to be here and crafting with you, but I wanted to give you the updates. I wanted to have a little bit of a chat about the things and the changes that's happening with Stampin' Up because there's been lots of murmurs out there. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you all the updates and let you know exactly what's going on. So while everyone's jumping on, I just wanted to jump in and talk about a couple of things that are going on. So of course we've got our in color sale. So these are not just the in colors. This is not just the inks and the Stampin' Right the inks and the blends and the re-inkers. This is actually things that have got the in colors, the new in colors in them. So it's things like ribbons, designer series paper, anything that has the new on selected items, anything that has those new in colors in it has been reduced. So that's for this month. So we've only got like 1 week to go. Well, not even a week to go. So make sure if there's some of those things that you wanted to jump in and get, if there's things in that in color range that you've been thinking about getting, definitely August is the time to be purchasing those things. So I just wanted to let people know that that sale is still going on. It will end on the last day of August. So if you've got things that are on your list, then definitely August is the time to purchase those things. Now I still have my two-tone paper share. I've got 3 that I've already got packed, ready to go. So if there's anyone that wants to buy them instantly, they are ready to just go in the post and get packed and ready to go. So I still have those available. And you just need to either scan that QR code there or use the link in the description to be able to go and register. It is $50 for a regular share. It is $90. You get a $10 reduction if you buy a double share, which will be a 6 by 12 inch piece of every single two-tone cardstock. Or if you buy the regular share, it's a 6 by 6 piece of every single color that we sell in our two-tone cardstock. So it's a great way of sampling the new two-tone colored cardstock. It is so awesome. It's got a white core. It is excellent for when you're embossing. It's excellent for when you're distressing. It's excellent for even just layering onto your cards. So don't think it is just a scrapbooking product because it is definitely not. It is definitely for all types of paper crafts. So it's a heavier weight than our designer series paper, and it's a lighter weight than our cardstock, if that can explain it to you. So it's in between. So if you love putting layers and things on your cards and you're worried about the weight when it comes to postage, then definitely the two-tone cardstock is the way to go. But it's a great way of getting a different effect as well with the light side or the dark side. So great way of being able to change up your paper crafting a little bit. And this is a great way, the two-tone share is a great way to actually get samples of them and start playing around with them and see if they are something that you would like to buy. We sell them in 12 by 12 packs. So it comes in 12 by 12. That's the size it comes in. And we sell it in single individual colors. And you can also get some mixture packs, but the mixture packs are more or less to go with the scrapbooking designer series paper and the kits. So I can see quite a few of you jumping on. So welcome. I've got Lynn has jumped on as well. Leanne, lovely to see you. Robin, lovely to chat with you again today. Marilyn, Sue, lovely to see you. Daryl, I think I said hello to you before, Daryl, but if not, hello. Margaret, Sue, hello, welcome. Siobhan, lovely to see you. I'm so glad that you are here, and I'm so glad that you've caught me live. So yeah, it's awesome. And Janelle, and there we go. All right, so two-tone cardstock, that paper share is still going on if anyone is interested. Now, I've got a 2-day scrapbooking retreat that is coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. So it's the, no, it's the weekend after. So in 3 weeks' time. So we've got a couple of weekends to go. It is 2-day scrapbooking retreat. We are using the Floral Charm Suite. I'm going to be using the Charming Day bundle today, the stamp and the die set, and that is the actual bundle that is in the Floral Charm Suite. So if you're a person that wants to try scrapbooking, you can actually attend here in person, or you can actually purchase a kit by mail, and I will send it out to you. I will do the in-person event first, and then the actual kits by mail will get sent out the following Monday. So, and the reason being, I like to always do the in-person class, make sure there's nothing wrong with the PDF that I've done, to make sure there's no mistakes. And I fine tune if there is any mistakes with the poor people that are in person, they get, but it's so nice because, until someone actually creates with the PDF, it's hard to know whether you've made those mistakes. So my in-person ladies are so awesome that they're like, hey, there's a bit of a mistake here, you better change this. And they let me know where it is to be changed. So if you're interested in that, like it's really, really awesome. And I'm stepping up the scrapbooking now a little bit, and we're starting to introduce things like flip flaps and interactive things on pages. And I'm going to show you what we did in our last scrapbooking class. I've got the samples over here. So I'm going to show you that when I jump on. So please, if you're interested in doing something like that, please let me know, or scan that QR code. Christmas craft along party. So this is going to be a mega event. My last craft along party for the annual catalog was such a fun event. You get 10 projects. You also get a goodie bag that has the designer series paper, cardstock, ribbon, embellishments, to be able to create the 10 projects. You will get 10 video tutorials showing you step-by-step how to make the 10 projects. And they're going to be a mixture of projects. They're going to be cards, they're going to be 3D items, lots and lots of fun, exciting, interactive things. It is $95 to attend, but I can tell you that $95, you will get your kit sent out to you in the post, and it will be there. It's on the 23rd. I'm thinking it's the 23rd of September. I hope I've got that right, but I think it is the 23rd of September, and it will be an in-person event. If you want to come here in person, it's on a Wednesday. So you will be able to either come in the morning, or I've got a night session, or if you attend and you get the online content, then you can attend via a Facebook group. So all the people that attend in person will still get access into that Facebook group as well. So you'll be able to access the videos. So even if you don't get your 10 projects done when you're here in person, you'll be able to access those videos, and you're going to have all the product to be able to access the videos, to be able to recreate when you get home. Now, the only thing that's not included in that $95 is the 2 bundles that I'll be using, and I will be using the it's the Pine and Snowflake suite. So I will be using the bundle that goes with that, and I don't have it here on my desk at the moment. And I will also be using the Christmas labels, but they are available as an add-on. When you actually go to register, you can see that they're add-ons. If you wanted to register and purchase those bundles from me, then you're more than welcome to be able to do that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is 2-day Christmas craft retreat. Registrations are open. People are already booked in. This is the biggest event of the year. I am telling you, it is the event that no one ever wants to miss. It is 2 days of awesome crafting here in the scenic rim. Even if you live away, I've had people that have traveled from Melbourne. I've had people that have traveled from Orange. I've had people that have traveled from Sydney. I've had people that have traveled from far north Queensland to come to my retreats. It is 8 awesome projects. We are going to be using it's called the Modern Christmas Suite. I think it's called the Modern Christmas Suite. It is black, gold, and white, and it is absolutely stunning. It is so different because it is not the normal traditional red, green, and gold. So it's actually nice to be able to do something with Christmas and do it in a modern way. So that's why I actually chose that suite, because I think it's so awesome, because it's right up my alley, because I'm not really into the traditional Christmas. I'm into the more modern, different colors, change it up. So I'm telling you, the 2-day Christmas retreat, you can either attend in person or you can actually get a retreat in a box. So scan the QR code there on the screen, or you can actually use the link in the description down below. And even getting a retreat in a box, you're really only going to need your own inks, and your adhesives and your tools. That's it. You will have everything in your kit. You'll have all the cardstock. You'll have the designer series paper, ribbon, embellishments, PDF tutorial showing you step-by-step how to do it, color PDF printed in your box. So if you get a retreat in a box, you will get it all printed up ready for you. So you don't even have to worry about downloading or trying to find out how to print out your PDF. So it is definitely an awesome, fun thing to do. And last off my list is my bingo night. Sorry, it's not even a night. It says August bingo cards and night. It's supposed to say bingo cards and morning. So I must have had some slight weird thing happening there. If you actually follow me on Facebook, I'm prepping the kits at the moment. I had a bit of a hold up with my order, and it only just arrived just this afternoon, just after lunch. So I physically just got my hands on it. So I've been crazily, before I jumped on here, I've been cutting things, trying to get the kits all organized, and hopefully I will get the kits sorted and hopefully in the post tomorrow. It's probably not going to arrive by Saturday morning. Some people, if they live locally, maybe they might get it. The people that are attending in person will be able to get their kits. But for the people that are actually getting their kits by mail, you'll get a kit with enough supplies to make the 4 cards. Now, this one is actually going to be a lot of just assembling. So you'll have all the things in your kits and you'll be able to assemble. I'm using a brand new designer series paper that is in our mini catalog. So it's really, really awesome. You're going to get your hands on brand new product that's not even released to the public just yet. So that's super exciting. So that's why I've been waiting for it. It's been a bit hard waiting for that order to arrive because it was in our pre-order time. And of course, for some reason, I don't know why, and I shouldn't talk about Australia Post in a bad way, but for some reason, my order had to go further away from me before it could come towards me to actually get to me. So my order went from Sydney to Victoria, from Victoria up to Brisbane. And then in Brisbane, it's been a couple of days going round and round in Brisbane, backwards and forwards. And then finally, it got delivered to me today. So I was waiting on products in that to be able to do the kit. So I do apologize for the people that were wanting to have their kit, and I was hoping to get your kits out. But for future reference when it comes to our bingo, I think what I'm going to have to do is say that we're not going to be able to rely on the kits to be out, because I always like to use brand new stuff, and sometimes I have to wait until the beginning of the month to get that. So I do apologize for that. But if you're interested, it's not too late. You can still sign up if you want to play. It costs $60 to play. You get to win a shopping spree. The more people that play, the bigger the shopping spree is. So I've got some people that are coming in person. For the people that are actually doing the online event, it will be via a Zoom call. So it's like we're all in the same room together. So I will have the in-person people, I will have the Zoom people, and I will stream it onto YouTube. So for the people that are actually getting their kit and purchasing, you'll be able to come back to that bingo video and be able to recreate once your kit arrives. The last thing that I wanted to tell everybody about is my shirt designs that I have over on my Etsy store. I will just pop up because everyone keeps saying, how do I get your Etsy store? If you scan that QR code there, and I will try and get the link and pop it into, because it is a different link, but I will try and pop a link into the description for future videos. But if you're interested, I've got one of them on today. So this one here says craft down here, and then it says creative, resourceful, artistic. I need to read it. Artistic, frugal, and talented for the word craft. So they're unisex shirts. So this one here is a large, I think it is, and I normally wear a size 12 women. So this one's large and it's fairly roomy. So they're quite good, comfy designs, and I've got some really, really fun, awesome designs out there, and there's more crafting designs that are coming. So if there's anything, Colleen's saying her order has been sitting at the post office for 2 hours away since the 20th. I know, it's so frustrating, isn't it, Colleen? Drives me insane, like, and I can guarantee the orders that I don't want, not the orders that I don't want, I want every order, but the orders that I have no drama, whether they arrive or not, I've got no urgency for them, they seem to come here within 2 days. And then the ones that I actually physically need by a certain date, they seem to take forever or they get lost. But yeah, it's great fun. And yet I ordered some sublimation things the other day. I physically ordered one day and my order was on my doorstep the very next day. So my attitude is, if some people can do that, why can't everybody do it? So I think it depends who you send it with. But anyway, all right. So now I wanted to talk about the changes with Stampin' Up, because I know there's been a lot of chatter about it. And I just wanted to tell you what's going on and let you know what my thoughts are and what I'm probably going to do. So let me pop up some photos. So the one thing that I think is the major thing that is going to be a change for lots of people, it could be a positive, it could be a negative, but I'm here to tell you about the negative side and how we can change it into a positive. So the main thing that we have been told is there is a change. Our stamps and our dies are going to be coming in plastic envelopes like our die packets are already. So this is a picture of how they're going to be coming. So this is a sneak peek of product too that's not even available at the moment. So take a good look at this, people, because this is not even released at the moment. No one can actually buy this at the moment. So this is actually coming in an upcoming release, but it is a gorgeous, it's a gorgeous, for a start, Petals of Beauty. I mean, it's probably going to be on my list, but this is actually how our stamps are going to be coming. And and sadly for the red rubber lovers, the red rubber is actually going to be phased out. So we will be moving to more photopolymer. Some people are so excited about it. Type it into the comments and let me know how you're feeling about this change. If you knew about it, tell me that you knew about it. If you haven't, and this is the first time that you have heard it and you are shocked, type it in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are, because let's not have this as a hate fest on what's happening. I want some positive feedback about what's happening. Hey, Nicole, how you going? Tanya, lovely to see you. Donna, lovely to see you. Can see a few of you have jumped on. Colleen, Deborah, lovely to see you, Deborah. Okay. Glenda, I can see Glenda's up there. Sorry if I've missed anyone. I'm sorry, but sometimes the comments go flying by. So let me know, have you heard about this and what your thought process is? Now, I wanted to talk to you about the size of what these are going to be. So what's going to happen is we're going to change to photopolymer totally in time to come, in months to come, but there still will be releases that are still going to be in the red rubber. Matthew's half and half, yeah. And I'm a red rubber stamp lover, I can tell you. I love red rubber, but they're getting so talented at photopolymer that that it's definitely taking a new turn. Margaret's saying that it will take up less room. Julie's saying that she doesn't mind as long as they stamp. And that's exactly it. You know, like they are getting so good at developing the photopolymer stamps that I know that a lot of people were worried about, well, are we going to not have as many distinctive stamps, because the distinctive stamps were the ones that were red rubber. But you know, I think it's each to their own, what your likes are. But the reason that and I want to tell you the reason why they are doing this, the reason that they're moving away from the red rubber stamps is the components to actually create the red rubber stamps are getting harder and harder to source. So what's happening is not being able to source the right products to be able to create the red rubber stamps is making it so much harder for them to be able to produce the stamps. And of course, you all know that if something is very hard to source, the products are very hard to source. What happens when we go to source those products and they're very limited? The price goes up. So we don't want the price going up because they can't get it. So that's one thing that I'm saying is going to be really good. So Helen's saying the positive is going to take up less room. Christine's saying that she loves red rubber too. How are we going to store them? We'll have to flip. I've got a solution for you, Christine. I've got a solution because I knew someone was going to ask that. Donna says that she prefers red rubber. Polymer can tear and fade, but we must move on. And I think the thing is, I think no one really likes change. And I think the thing is we do have to go with the change, like, because times are changing, products are changing, and we do have to go with that. Now, for the people that are brand new stampers, I think the photopolymer is easier to be able to stamp through, to be able to line up stamps and see where they're stamping. So I think that will be a good positive point, especially for the new stampers that are struggling. Siobhan says, I'm not hating on it, but I'll miss using the Stampin' Rights. Okay, so that was the other thing that I was going to talk about. So Siobhan has actually mentioned here. Stampin' Right markers are actually going to go away as well. Now, I want people to, if you've got the old Stampin' Right markers, you're in luck, because the old Stampin' Right markers, we can pull the nib out and we can refill them and put them back in. So you're always going to have Stampin' Right markers. So in that respect, but you didn't hear me say that. But you need not hating on it, wishes, and have a neat storage solution with DVD cases. Now to rearrange things. Okay, so Siobhan, I'm going to tell you what my plan is as well, because you can see my DVD storage behind. So I'm quite happy to have them in the DVD storage. Can the stamp sets and dies fit in the same sleeve together? Yes, the question, Kay. Yes, they can fit in the same sleeve together. So for those people that always stored their stamps and their dies, which I do, I store my dies in my stamp packet, so that I actually, in my stamp DVD case, so that I know that those dies go with that. So yes, they will be able to be stored. They will come in 2 separate envelopes, but they will be able to be stored in one. So that's that answer for you. Sue says, I wish they could make them so they don't stain. I don't think they're ever going to be able to do that because of the nature of the beast, I'm afraid to say. I'm so excited about the change. I have so much trouble putting the labels on the cling stamps and have nearly ruined quite a few stamps. Lynn, I think the thing is doing the way I've done it, where I stick the sticker on the actual block and then stamp on it, is probably the way to go. It is hard getting that, but I know that when I sort of started doing it that way, of sticking the sticker onto the block and then stamping directly onto the back of the cling stamp, it was good. Robin said that she likes a new way. Daryl says, I'm not happy with the change of the packaging. I prefer photopolymer stamps, not happy about the stamps being sent out in envelopes. Kerry, okay, I'm going to give you a solution as well. New is good to move on. Yeah, exactly, Robin. That's it. I like both. And yes, it will take up less room, which will be good. Thing, I'll keep a lot of rubber, especially my older sets. Yep. I'm so sad. Love my Stampin' Right markers. Yeah. But we've got the blends. And I think the thing is, the Stampin' Right markers, they probably weren't getting the sales on them. So maybe that's what it is. I've never used my Stampin' Right markers So not fussed on that, says Kerry. I bet you've got some, but you haven't used them. You have a lot of originals. The very first teddy bear, yep, is very first, lots of them, yep. Hey, Darby, welcome. So I wanted to address the problem about the envelope. So for the people that there's lots of pros and cons, I think, for both. So for the envelope situation. Now I still want to be able to use my Kallax unit. So that's one thing that when I heard it, I was probably a lot like all of you. I was probably like, oh, but my Kallax unit, I spent thousands of dollars on my Kallax unit to have it do exactly what I wanted it to do. And now it's, so Matthew, sadly, you can't afford the blends. And honestly, you don't need the blends. You can physically color with Wink of Stella on your ink. So you physically don't need blends. You didn't hear me say that. Blends are a totally different thing. You get a much better colored image when you're using your blends. But if you can't afford the blends, then you can definitely use your Wink of Stella and pick up your ink with your Wink of Stella and use it like an aqua painter. Colleen says she likes the red rubber stamps. Oh, the crafty cat has entered the craft room. Buy your own cases. Okay, so the thing is, we do sell the cases. So the DVD cases, we do sell the blank stamp cases. So I wanted to let you all know that we do actually sell the blank stamp cases. And I wanted to, maybe I can share my screen to be able to show you how you can find those. Case. There we go. Okay, so I wanted to show you, I'm going to share my screen so I can show you how there we go. Okay, so we have these. Can you see? Hang on, and I share it. There we go. So we do have these stamp cases. They're $15.75. You get 4 of them in a pack. Okay, so 4 of them in a pack. So my thought process was that I'm going to probably load myself up with some of the DVD cases, and I've got to work out how many stamp sets I think I'm on average going to have, which if you can see behind me, there's quite a lot of stamps that I have behind me. So my thought process was, we do sell these and they are perfect. They're the exact same size as what our stamp cases are. So I wanted to let you know that they're available. The item code number is 119105. So if you want to order some of those stamp cases, and as I said, you get 4 in a pack. And they're very good, sturdy stamp cases. So I think it's actually awesome that we actually sell them. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that we have that. And then I also wanted to let you know that we are able to print out this. Okay, so this is actually like a blank sleeve insert for our DVD cases. Okay, so if you're someone that wants the DVD case and you want to be able to read the name on the spine of your stamps and things, I've actually downloaded this. So for anyone that's a demonstrator, you can actually download the PDF of that from your demonstrator portal. Now, I'm trying to think of where I found that. I have to think about where. In the print lab, scroll right down to the bottom, and I think it has a blank DVD insert. I think that's what it's called, a blank DVD insert. No, it is being a bit cheeky. Siobhan's saying, is there a price decrease because they're not supplying the DVD cases? I think the problem is they're trying to cut costs as much as they possibly can to still not do a price increase on stamp sets. So you've got to think about the times and what's happening in the world with the inflation and things. So they're trying their best to not have to pass the cost of things onto us. So, I mean, obviously there's ways that we've got to try and save money, and it could actually be the fact of the DVD case, but it could also be the fact of the matter that a lot of people didn't want the stamp sets taking up as much room as what they do. So I know that a lot of people that have smaller craft rooms that don't have big Kallax units and things, that they were very, very happy about the move because it is definitely a space saving opportunity. So, so you like your stamps in the cases now will have, yes, exactly. So Christine, that's why I said I will be ordering the stamp cases and I'll be printing these up and I'll be making an insert for each new stamp set that I have with the name on the spine. So it will be very similar to what I've got. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about too is I want to show you the difference in the sizing. So I'm going to pop my camera down. Sorry, I know that this is a topic that you're all probably thinking this is long-winded, but I know that there's a lot of people that are thinking along the lines of what is going on. Now, this is the size of, so the piece of paper that I have cut here is actually the size, oh, sorry, my, I don't know what's going on with my camera there. It's a bit crazy, the angle it was on. Okay, so this is the size. So you can see they're going to be taller. They're going to be the same, about the same width, but they're actually going to be taller. You can see there that they're taller. They're, what's that? That's 9 inches tall, where these ones are just over 7 inches tall. Okay, so they're 2 inches taller. So I wanted to make sure postage will be better correctly. Yep. And they're going to come in an envelope style like this. Okay, so they're still going to be in an envelope. They did have a picture of what the envelope's going to look like. Let me grab that for you so I can show you. It shows how the back, so they're not like our normal regular envelopes where you actually have to do that funny. So I'm going to show you mine. Sorry, I'll stop sharing that. So the envelope that I have here in my hand, once I can get rid of that, it has that funny circle that you've got to try and get into that slot and slide back up. They're actually just going to be that they just slide straight in. Okay, so they're going to be easy for you to be able to open and close. Really easy for you to open and close. The one thing with these envelopes I used to find very hard trying to get that funny little circle to slide back up. They're great that once you've got them closed, it's very hard for them to come open. But I did notice that that is one of the things that they're actually going to be doing. So Donna's saying that it's a smart move by Stampin' Up to make the packaging more compact. So many of us are saying we have no room to store our stamps and dies. Okay, so that's and that's actually have a good musical, Matthew. I hope it goes well for you. So that's actually what I think is the main concept, is they're trying to space save for people as well. So think about it in a space saving way. So as I said, I'm going to be buying the DVD cases, and I'm also going to be printing up that insert, as you can see, and it's just going to fold up. You cut it and it's just going to fold up into your case, and we can take like a screenshot of the stamp itself. There's actually going to be an insert. So there's going to be an insert that looks like this in the envelope, but it's going to be the size of the envelope. So you'll still have images of your stamp sets and everything. They don't have the actual image of the stamps. You know how on here that we have, sorry, let me find a photo. Oh, I don't have a photopolymer. You know, in the photopolymer ones, we have the stamp on the back side of the inside of our case. They're not going to have that, but yeah, so that's my plan. So I just wanted to let everyone know, because I know everyone will be sourcing which way are we going to do it, how are we going to do it. So that's my thought process, because I thought long and hard about it, and I thought, how can I do this? And that was my thought process. Anyway, on a cheerier note, this is our mini catalog. So I'm not allowed to open it and show you at the moment, but this is going to be going live at the beginning of September. Okay, so Christine said that she thinks that she'll be doing that as she keeps hers in a drawer and she can see on the spine. That was my only issue. I wasn't too phased on the packaging or whatever, but my only issue was not being able to see it on the spine, because I keep mine all in alphabetical order. And as you can see behind me on with my Kallax unit, you can see them all in my Kallax unit there behind me. They're all in alphabetical order. So they go from A right through to W. And when I'm looking for a stamp set, I just have to know what the name of the stamp set is and I can go along to that section and find it really quickly. I know that you can store them in a tub in alphabetical order, but you still are going to have to flip through. Where, see, with me, I can run my eyes along and I can find it. Okay, so that was the only reason why I want to still stay with the DVDs. So I just wanted to let you know. So is someone asking me? Okay. Is someone asking me where I got the insert? Where to find the insert to stamp it, for the package, Kerry? I think that's what you're asking. Under Print Lab, go into your demonstrator portal, go under Print Lab. So under Business Resources, Print Lab, and then scroll right down. And I think it was on the left-hand side. Let me just double check so that I can send you in the right direction. It was under Business Resources, Print Lab, and then you click visit. So just write down these steps. Under Business Resources, Print Lab, and then visit, and then scroll right down to the bottom left hand, nearly at the bottom. It's the fourth one up. It says Cling Insert. So you can actually download that. Once you download that, you will have it, and then you will be able to, totally up to you how you do it, but I will be dragging it into Canva, and I will just be in Canva, just creating the letters and stuff down the spine. Yep. Okay. So Business Resources, Print Lab, visit, and then scroll right down to the left-hand side. Okay. So Lynn's saying that she likes her storage. Yep. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, all right. Now, I just wanted to show you a couple of things of what I've been up to behind the scenes. So I know that I've been missing in action, and you're all thinking, where is she? What's she doing? I mean, that's our gorgeous new catalog. I want to show you. So last Thursday, I had a beautiful class with my regular monthly class members. So I want to show you the cards that we created. So this was our creative card club that we created these gorgeous cards. So my lovely ladies come every third Thursday of the month, and they create this beautiful, these 4 cards. They've got enough supplies to make a double amount of these cards. So they've got enough supplies to make 8 cards. And these are the gorgeous cards. So we use the Charming Day. This is the floral charm. This is the gorgeous paper. And this is what I'm using in my 2-day scrapbooking retreat as well. It's such a stunning set. It's a set that I'm actually going to be using today. But I'm actually going to do I'm going to do a Grayscale card, and you're probably thinking, what? But anyway, so I wanted to show you, they're the 4 gorgeous cards that the ladies did on the weekend. And for the people that are in my creative card club, kits will be getting, they're nearly finished. I've just got to print up the PDFs and pack them and get them to the post office. And the next thing I wanted to show you was my scrapbooking. So these were the scrapbooking pages. So we do, so I've changed up my scrapbooking. My monthly scrapbooking is now 2 double page layouts, but we're doing more involved things with our double page layout. So this was using the Weekend Adventures Designer Series paper. And this was actually part of my trip when we were heading out towards, this was actually Sedona, so West Sedona, when we were heading out towards the Grand Canyon. So as you can see, beautiful desert rock formations. And this was a lovely, charming country town. And then this is the other page that goes with it. I'm sorry, I can't fit them both into the one page. And then this is Marilyn Monroe down here. So I actually taught the girls how to use flip flaps. So flip flaps are a new thing since they're close to my heart. People have come over. They're a new thing that we are selling now, and they are super, super fun. And doing the virtual album retreat, I learned so many things about scrapbooking. And one of the things was using flip flaps. So when this actually goes in my page protector, they will be able to flip up. This is a flip flap here. they'll be able to flip this up and they'll be able to see it without having to take it out of the page protector. And you can see here it's got Marilyn Monroe, and I actually thought it was quite funny because that's the front view of her, and you can't really see, but I'm standing down here and I only come up to not even her knee. She was huge. She was this huge, big statue. And of course, when you flip it up, you see the back end of Marilyn Monroe. When we were walking towards Marilyn Monroe, we were actually like looking straight at the back end of Marilyn Monroe. And I said, I hope we can see her from the front side. And it was so funny. You could, so I thought, what a better way of showing what a flip flap can do with the front. And then, of course, Marilyn Monroe and seeing up her skirt. So that was one double page layout that we did using the weekend adventures. And this was the other one. So this was when we were riding in the Hollywood Hills. So Denny and I went for a horse ride when we were in Las Vegas. Sorry, not Las Vegas, Los Angeles. And so we rode right up to be able to see, I mean, this is 2 photos, so we're not that close to the Hollywood sign. You don't actually get that close to the Hollywood sign, but we did that. And then on this page is the star of the show. And this is what I taught the girls how to do. And we learnt this in the virtual album retreat. So this actually has this section here that it opens like that. And then it opens like that. And then it opens like that. And it also opens like that. Okay. So you can see it's called an explosion box. Now, I remember years ago, we created cards like this that we actually had them like that, and then you put a lid on them. So this is very similar to how you would create an explosion box card, but it's an explosion box on a scrapbook layout. It is super, super awesome. And as you can see, all of our horse riding pictures. So if I didn't want to decorate, because I decorated 2 of these panels, if I didn't want to decorate all the panels, I would have enough room to fit 9 photos on this one layout. So so as you can see, and then you fold it up and then it folds like that. Now, also too, when this fits into the sleeve, I taught the girls how to actually cut the sleeve so that this will actually pop up out of the sleeve, but there will be plastic still protecting over it. Your plastic sleeve still protects over it, but when you actually flip that up, the plastic will flip up with it, but you will be able to interact with this when you are actually doing a scrapbook. When you're looking through the scrapbook. So I wanted to show you that's what I'm doing behind the scenes, because I've been spending a lot of time building up my in-person classes behind the scenes. So if I have been missing in action, a lot of the reason is that and having elderly parents and just being busy. Simple as that, just being busy. All right, so let's get on to this Grayscale card that I wanted to do. And more or less what the grayscaled card is just using all different grays and being able to, you all know I love my black and white cards, but a grayscale card is very similar, but you can get some really, really nice looks using just shades of gray. So I pulled out some of the shades of gray that we have here. So I have our basic black. I actually think this is supposed to be basic grey, but to tell you the truth, I feel like it's Pebble Path, but it was in my drawer. But anyway, let's just pretend it's basic grey. And of course, we've got our smoky slate, and we've also got our grey granite. So you can see here, our grey granite has more of a brownish tinge to it, but we have some different shades of grey there. So I'm going to start with I think I'm going to start with a basic white card base. So let me make sure that that is the right size for my card base. It is. So let's fold that card base in half. Now I'm going to be using the Charming Day bundle with this. So we have that. Now, I think what I might do is probably do a black contrast layer. Now, for the people that are in my basic foundations of card making, this will be your black layer. So if you want to recreate this card, I'm cutting that first layer at your black layer from your template. Okay, so we have that. Then, of course, I think I'm going to, with this grey, I'm going to do another one. So this one is going to be, I think it's the Berry Burst layer. So this one I'm going to do at the Berry Burst layer. Okay, so that one's going to go onto there like that. And I think I'm going to take the Smoky Slate and we will do another one. So the next template size down, I can't remember what it is, but the next one down. Is that right? I'm hoping I'm right. Yep, that's it. Okay. All right, so we have that so far. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to grab a bit of, I'm going to use some basic white. I'm going to stamp the large flower and the small flower. So let's do this one and this one. And I'm probably going to do some of those die cut pieces as well. But anyway, let's stamp this. Now I'm going to use my basic grey for this. So I'm going to ink up in basic grey. And I'm going to stamp one down there. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Lynn's saying, please remember to hit the thumbs up and the like button. And please share the video. It helps me get my videos out there to more people. Okay, so I've done that in basic grey. And I'm just going to see if I don't have to pick up. I'm just going to use my Wink of Stella. No, I will have to pick up some. I might use, let's use Smoky Slate for this. So I'm just going to take my Smoky Slate and I'm going to ink up. So we've used basic grey, which is a darker grey. I'm now going to use Smoky Slate, which is a lighter grey. And I'm going to pick up with my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to colour in the centre of my flower. And gradually go out to... So all I'm doing is adding a little bit of a darker tone in the center of that flower and heading out towards the outside of the flower. So just adding a little bit of highlight. Now, I mean, I was thinking about this too, and I was thinking, does anyone remember, there's probably some younger people on here, but I know I'm probably showing my age a bit now, but do you remember before colour TV came out? And what the TV looked like, just in black and white. Do you remember that? Like, I remember we used to watch football and everything, and I don't know how we ever watched football with just black and white, because, I mean, how would we have seen the colours of their uniforms? But we did. I mean, it was how we watched football. Nobody could watch it any other way. And then I remember when colour TV came out, I remember the first colour TV, we were like, look at the grass, how green the grass is, you know, like, so this is a little bit what it would be like if you could imagine that we didn't have color in our world and we only seen things in shades of grey. And shades of grey just showed you just the difference in things, you know, like if there was a darker grey, it was obviously a darker color in real life, but a lot of us, type it into the comments. Do you remember having just black and white TV before colour TV come out? Glenda's saying yes. Christine's saying sure do. Nicole's saying yes. See, there you go. Absolutely, says Lorraine. So I decided, like, we could actually physically do a bit of crafting. Imagine what crafting would be like if we had no colour, because we can still make some gorgeous, beautiful things without colour. So the different shades of grey, and even just looking at that, colouring those flowers, look at how gorgeous that looks. Look, and it's just shades of grey. Tanya D says, yes, I remember. Margaret, yes, I do. Daryl, I sure do. Nicole, seeing the countdown in color was awesome. And the test pattern, do you remember the test pattern? I mean, like, we're definitely showing our age now, aren't we? Test pattern. I mean, the test pattern, it had beautiful squares with all these bright colors. And you know what? If I said to my kids the test pattern, they'd be like, what are you talking about? Test pattern? What do you mean? You were in hospital having your daughter and my color TV got delivered. My dad said about the green grass. I know we were talking about the green grass. It was so amazing, I think, to see that green grass. Like it was so super green. And, you know, it's like when you go somewhere, like when you go to say, like up around like the Whitsundays, the water is so blue, like you cannot believe how blue the water is, you know, like but that's actually more or less how it felt like with these with the color with the TV. But anyway, so we're just imagining this is a card before color TV hit. So we're doing a card without the joy of color, but we can still have a really awesome, beautiful card. All right, so I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss and we will cut those out. Sorry about that clanging. Okay. Now I've got to think about what ribbon I can have with this. I don't know whether I've got any ribbon that's just going to be grey tones. I've got ribbon that's probably discontinued by now, my favorite ribbon that I used to use. But let's just do that one first because I think I've stamped the other one way too close to try and cut those two out together. So we'll just cut that one first. Daryl, I remember the test pattern, and if I remember, they played God Save the Queen either at the start or the closing time of the broadcasting. I know. Yep. Oh, you were the first in the street, Robin, to get colour TV? Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. So was someone asking what the test pattern is? Yeah, it was when you knew that TV had gone off the air. That was it. You just got the test pattern. That was it. I fondly remember that in my childhood. I mean, put it this way. Leanne, you're asking about cloud cover. What did you want to know about cloud cover? Tell me, what would you like to know about cloud cover? Hey, Sheila, lovely to see you. All right, so we've got our flowers cut out. Now I think I want to do some leaves and things. So we might do out of this grey that we're pretending is basic grey because it is actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's definitely Pebble Path. Pebble Path is no longer, but it's definitely Pebble Path. Oh, the ribbon, cloud cover ribbon. I don't even think I I thought I did have some. I don't even have that. No cloud cover ribbon. Okay, that. We used to get Goodnight Kiwi in New Zealand. No staying up until 1 or 2 a.m. watching TV. Nope, not at all. Oh, that didn't cut out for some reason. Not quite sure why that happened. All right, I'm going to cut out a few more leaves. Maybe we'll do some in this color as well, because I'm not quite sure what I actually want to do. Yeah, you tried. No, I think I'm going to have to probably use a ribbon that's retired because I think I actually was looking at my ribbons this afternoon, cleaning things up, and I was like, I really need to get the things that aren't available anymore and get them off there, and just have what is available. I don't think I have anything. No. I'll bring in some ribbons and you can tell me whether they're available or not. I told you I needed to clean my craft room up, didn't I? Okay. I'll do another one of those because I've got room down there to do a one there. You love Murrumpa Kettle. Hey, Tracy, thanks for joining. Some funny conversations, isn't it? You know, they were the good old days, weren't they? I like my kids. My kids, and I remember saying the same thing to my mum and dad in the olden days. And now I find my kids saying that to me. But anyway, I'm going to do a couple more of these leaves. Not quite sure if I need this many, but they'll come in handy. Oh, I've missed your smiley face too. How's your new do we call them patients? I don't know. I don't know how's it going anyway? Your work. I'll just say your work. I hope you're coping all right. You love the old black and white movies? Yeah. Sometimes I think we sound like Waltons. Yeah, good night, Jim Bob. Good night. Yeah, exactly. I know. God, the Waltons. Wasn't that a good show? Absolutely. So many good shows, you know. All right, let's pop that back in there so we don't lose it. Okay, so I'll just pop there. We're using the Charming Day is what we're using. All right, so we have our coloured leaves. Coloured flowers, I mean. We have our layers here. So let's start. Oh, I might emboss this. Let's emboss this. I did see. Ooh, where did I put that? Oh, I cleaned up so well today. I can't remember where I put things. I had a gorgeous emboss. Oh, I know. It's probably with the stamp set. Yes. I wonder whether this will look nice embossed. Oh, no, I know what I'm going to do. I'm looking at this. Will that look nice on there? And then we, what do you think? What do you think? We do that and then pop the flowers on? Oh, I think that could look nice. Let's do that. Why not? Because we can. Okay, let's emboss that. Oh, hang on. Which layer's going on here? No, we need to emboss the light one. Whoops-a-daisy. We need to emboss this one. That's even better because it'll all be embossed. Even better. Make sure we get it straight. Looks kind of straight. Okay, let's bring back in our machine. Now this is the Peaceful Greenery embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder. So we're going to use our base plate and our large grey plate. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Sue. I remember, oh, look at that. How cute's that? I remember the first time I started watching one of the latest movies, and it was back in the, well, and now we're showing our ages again. Back in the day when you could hire a video. Remember those days? Someone back in my old hometown put a thing on. Oh, my camera's being a weird angle there today. Someone put a thing about, remember the old days when we could actually go down and hire a video? Like, remember those days? Like, really? These days, you've got Netflix and things. You don't need to hire the video. You just watch your Netflix. Ah, the way the world changes. All right. So we've got our smoky slate. We're still pretending this is basic grey underneath. So let's just pretend it's basic grey. You worked in the video shop, Nicole? Yeah. What a great video this is today. What a good live session. Remembering the good old days. All right. Okay, so we have that. Look at that. Look at the gorgeous greys just by every corner had a video shop. Now it's a vape store. Yep, exactly, Sheila. Exactly. All right, so now I'm going to bring some ribbons in. Tell me if they're retired. I have my good old trusty. This one, is it retired? I think it is, isn't it? Now I'm showing my let me just check while I'm here. Someone's already probably saying it's retired, don't use it. Yep, it's retired. Can we not use that? What about the I've got this white ribbon here, but I think it's probably retired too. 165 562. Oh no, we can use this one. We can use this one. It's white, it's not grey, but we can use this one. It's not retired. How lucky are we? We can use this one. Okay, now we need to cut some of that because it's got a bit of ink on it and we don't want that. And I picked the worst scissors in the place to try and cut it. Oh God, I've got the two worst pairs of scissors in here. Where's my good scissors? Oh, I know where they are. Okay. All right, so my thought process is popping my flowers on here. When dreams were free and groceries affordable. I know. Yes, the way it is these days, hey? All right, so we can see we've got some gorgeous leaves and we've got them in the light grey as well, so that's pretty. And then, of course, we can pop some dark grey in amongst them. Watch out, an avid card's about to appear. You know me and my cards. There. Just because I've got all these leaves means I've got to use them. Actually, probably. We need to probably pop one up in under there somewhere. Oh, look at that. Now, isn't that just looking scrumptious? Don't you think? The music was brilliant. I can tell you, the 80s music, I think it's hard to beat the 80s music. Like, honestly, now I'm showing my age, but the 80s music, and I remember actually on the weekend my kids were talking about some song and my daughter was trying to explain it and she said, it's like something that mum used to listen to, like back in the 80s, like some sort of song then. And I just had to laugh. I thought to myself, yeah, just what mum used to listen to. Just as much to say it was horrible. But now what I'm actually going to do there, I can actually cheat here. I can pop some double-sided tape over all of that and leave them there. So let's see if we can cheat in a way that we can do that. So my large flower is going to cover some of that. So I'm just going to grab some double-sided tape and I'm just going to add a little bit of double-sided tape on some of those there. And we can not have to do anything major. Look at that. Look at that. We can do that. We can stick that one. So I've already strategically placed these. So we stick that one down where it was. This one, we'll stick a bit of glue under it because it's sort of hanging out there a bit. Okay, make sure my flower is going to sit over the top of that. Yes, it will. So let's get some dimensionals on that. So there's a cheating way of getting that to all like I arranged it there, and then just put a bit of double-sided tape over it. Bit of tear and tape over the top. I could use blends. Great idea, Marilyn. Let's do that. Let's use blends to color the ribbon. Great idea. So we can get some shades of gray in our ribbon. There we go. Okay, so we've got our flower there. Now, talking about the ribbon, I forgot about putting my ribbon around. So let's put the ribbon around now. Seeing as I forgot, we'll put those bits on. Oh, the neighbour's home. Listen to that car. You probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. It's so loud. He's got this beautiful car and he took the, I don't know, he did something to the muffler on the thing and now it sounds like a rev head car. Gotta love it, haven't you? Like, why would you do that to a new car? Anyway, all right, so we've wrapped the ribbon around. So I've cheated a little bit. I nearly forgot about wrapping that ribbon around there. And I'm using these horrible scissors, but anyway, they're doing the job. All right, so we've got that. Then, of course, this one I'm going to pop up probably there. So I'm just going to add some dimensionals below this petal here and over here. And then that flower will be able to sit onto there like that. Okay. And then we had this leaf coming out through here. Actually, I probably don't need that leaf there. I might pop that one there. That looks good. This one could possibly pop there. Oh, I think I'll put it there. I want to put a bow there. You know me, the bow lady from Bow Desert. Does everyone remember the 80s? Does anyone remember music from 5 years ago? The words, Sheila, you make me laugh. We also had chooks, so we would have chook plucking day where Dad killed the chooks and we had to pluck them. I remember we had chooks at school, Daryl, and so where we were at school, we had this little ag. Well, they used to call it the ag plot, but we had chooks and we had cows and we had lots of different things. But yeah, I remember when it came to the time where they had to cut the chooks' heads off, and yeah. It wasn't real. I remember actually watching it and that was not a nice day for any of us. Oh those scissors are just horrid. I'm going to go and find my other scissors from out here. Okay. Now I might be able to cut the ribbon. Let's hope. Oh, look at that. Nice to have a nice pair of scissors. All right, so we've got a gorgeous bow there. You know what? I don't think I'm even going to put a sentiment on this. Like, I'm loving just the look of it the way it is, rather than, and this could be a card for absolutely anything, I think. See, I haven't been live for a week and a half, but look at what I've created. Look what happens when I sit down here and get on a live video and start chatting with you all. Oh dear, it's so funny when you have no idea what you're going to, well, I did have a bit of an idea of what I was going to create, and I've got no idea what's happening with my video. Every time I look up, it's at this weird angle. Sorry, everyone. I know, and the chooks would run around with no head and blood would be spurting out everywhere. I know, it was just horrid. Absolutely. And all the girls, you can imagine, all the girls in high school squealing and all the boys thinking it was hilarious. Like, yeah, wasn't my idea of fun, that was for sure. We even had chooks of our own, and I actually said to my father, there was a chook that was really sick one day, and I said to him, can you come and do something with it? Because I said, you know, like, it's cruel for it to be still filled up with all this fluid, and oh, that's my daughter trying to ring me. Still on my video, text me. Sorry. All right, so I'm just going to add that. With a glue dot. And we will add that bow just on there like that. Let's add some dimensionals on the back. That was when kids walked to school and biked to school. Live animals wouldn't be allowed now. Exactly. Dad next door neighbor used to do it and seen a chook with no head, and I couldn't eat it after. I know, Sue, I know. Horrid. I was watching, so just recently I've been watching McLeod's Daughters, and I mean, like, I know that McLeod's Daughters has been out there for years, but we've now started rewatching it again. And it was the episode where Meg, the lady, the one that used to cook all the meals and everything, that she got the axe out and she was going to chop the head off the chook, and then they served up chicken for dinner, and Tess, the sister, couldn't stomach the chicken, and she's like, I don't think I can eat that. And they said, oh, how come you can't eat it? And she said, well, that chook was alive this morning. And they said, so does that mean you're not going to eat anything that was once living? That means you'll end up a vegetarian. I don't know. Glenda, I have no idea how he ended up on the chooks with their heads cut off. But anyway. Who started that conversation? Some schools do have chooks in Western Australia if they have a veggie gate. Yeah, my kids, when they went to school, they still had chooks. And I mean, my kids are only in their 20s, and they still had chooks at their school. And the kids used to have the job of going and feeding the chooks for the day. Okay, now I'm just going to, I'm not going to use the Wink of Stella on here. I'm just going to use that basic grey again for that large flower for the inside. And I'm just going to stamp it there like that. And that's going to take some of the front of the card to the inside of the card. And I'm just going to grab a paper towel to clean that ink up. Okay. And we just have to bling that up with a little bit of bling. And I think the basic rhinestones will still stay with the grey. The basic rhinestones will still give that look. Let's just take those. And we'll add some of these around. But there you go. There is a Grayscale card, not using any colour other than our grey tones. What do you think? And of course, we need to spritz the Wink of Stella on there as well. Let's do that. Well, I think that didn't turn out too bad. And a little spritzing on the inside there. And now I can actually pop just whatever sentiment I want on that card and turn it into either a birthday card, could even be a wedding card, could be a thinking of you card, could be a get well card. So sometimes it's really great to create cards and not actually put the sentiment on until you're about ready to use it. So that can go into my arsenal now and keep for some special moment that I'm going to need a really awesome card. So that is my crafty session. So seeing as I haven't been live for a while, I come back with a bang. I think that not a bad card. And the crafty cat is in the house. So he's been fed and he's been hanging out with us as well. He's probably thinking, oh, at last, a crafty session. So thank you very much. Oh, he's gone now because my daughter's just arrived. So thanks very much for hanging out with me. And